I'm Emily Walsh. We're here today at the Creighton University College of Business with Dr. Bev Kracher, who is a professor of ethics and society. And today we're going to be discussing ethics and the work environment. So Bev, have you read any interesting articles lately about business ethics?
Gosh, as a matter of fact, yes. I received an email from a colleague of mine, Terry Begley. He works here in the College of Business. And he sent me an email that talks about an article that's in Psychological Science. It's just coming out. And this is an article that talks about the cues that occur in organizations that get people to act ethically or unethically. And the study that they're doing is trying to determine if smell makes a difference with regards to people acting right or wrong in the workplace. And they had two groups, and one group they just had them do ethical tasks with regard to reciprocity and charity, and the room had no scent in it. And then the other room, they had the people doing the same tasks, but they had sprayed lemon-scented Windex in the room. And when the tasks were completed, they argued that the people that had the lemon-scented Windex smell in the room acted more ethically than the ones who didn't. So they're arguing the old thing, cleanliness is next to godliness. As a matter of fact, smell makes a difference. You act better in the workplace when you have good smells. So they would like to take this information and they'd like to blast it into organizations. Think about retail stores. They're going to be recommending that there are going to be good smells in the stores when you're shopping, because maybe you won't shoplift as much as you would if you had a retail store that doesn't have the smells. I'm not sure. But anyway, I think that's pretty interesting, don't you?
Crazy. Yeah, I do. So on a more serious note, what does this generally mean about ethics in the workplace?
Yeah, good one. It's just a riot to see these kinds of things, but really, seriously, it's important for us to think about the things that enable people to do the right things at work as opposed to doing the wrong thing. And we need to look at individual people and what goes on inside them, inside their heads, and whether they can make ethical judgments, whether they have strong character. And as a matter of fact, there are a lot of organizations that say that's what it's all about. It's just about the people. If you hire the right people, you don't hire the bad apples, then everything's going to be fine. But more and more you find organizations understanding that the systems that they set up in place in organizations make a huge difference with regards to people doing the right things. So we're pounding on formal ethics programs. I run the Business Ethics Alliance here in Omaha, and we have some stellar companies that are part of the alliance. And you just see time and time again organizations that have created formal ethics programs where they have codes of conduct and value statements and ethics training, those kinds of things. Reporting of unethical behavior doubles if you have a formal program in place compared to companies that don't. So you can do something like that, and that'll make a difference. The other thing I'd like to say very quickly is I just met with the communications director for the Better Business Bureau, and she's the one that videotapes the companies that win the Better Business Bureau Integrity Awards. And every company she goes into that wins the awards, it's not a setup, but it's true. There are visuals all over the place that talk about ethics. There are posters in front of the elevators. There's documentation like flyers that tell people what number they should call if they have a question, if they want to report something. And so those kinds of things can really set up a system so people do the right thing as opposed to the wrong thing.
Wow, okay. Okay, so can you talk a little bit more about formal systems?
Yeah, well, so these would be the formal systems that you could set up. So it could be the case that you have a hotline that people can call if they see something unethical happening or illegal. Another formal system is training that you have in place. You try to get all of your employees to participate in some kind of ethics training throughout the year, and it doesn't have to be just online click-through where they're answering dry, mundane questions. You want to make ethics alive, and so some companies they gather stories that are happening within their companies, and then they set their people down a couple times a year, and they just walk through ethics cases and they talk about what's happening. That kind of stuff think can create an awareness of ethics and get people to better make judgments about, you know, what's going on in the workplace. And those are formal things, formal systems that companies can set up to reinforce the strong personal ethics that people come into the workplace with.
Okay, great. Very interesting topic. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, well, thanks for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, feel free to visit our blog, follow us on Twitter, or start up a conversation on Facebook.